In this video demonstration, I will show you the fastest ways to create new DITA topics in Oxygen and how to convert existing DITA documents to another type. For this purpose, we will use an existing gardening DITA project. The first method for quick creating a new DITA topic in Oxygen is to use the New Document wizard. I could, of course, start this wizard with a toolbar button, but at some point I would still need to add it to my DITA map structure, so it is better to invoke the action from the contextual menu in the DITA Maps Manager, and a reference to the new topic will be added to the DITA map according to the context of my selection. I'm going to choose to invoke the action from the Append Child submenu so that the new topic will be added as a child of the current selection in the DITA Maps Manager. In the New Document wizard, I'll select a file template for the type of DITA topic that I want to create. I'll enter a title so that I don't have to do this afterward, and I'll select the Use the title to generate the file name option. Notice that the file name at the end of the path in the Save As field changed based upon my title. Also, you can click the File Name Generation Rules link to configure the rules for how Oxygen will generate the file name. I will also leave the final option selected because this will assign my file name as a root ID for my new topic. After I click the Create button, the new topic is created and opened in the editor. Note that some very basic content is already populated for me, and a topic reference is added to my DITA map structure in the DITA Maps Manager. Now, we'll fast forward, supposing that we finished adding content in this topic. This method is great if you just want to quickly create a new topic with a very basic structure and no content beyond the title. The second method is even faster and will save you a lot of work after the topic is created, but only if you have an existing topic that has a similar structure or similar content to what you have planned for the new topic. In my case, I have an existing topic about a certain type of flower, and I want to add a new topic about a different flower, but the new topic will end up being very similar to this existing one. So all I have to do is to invoke the duplicate action from the context menu. In this dialog box, I just need to change the name of the file and click OK. This action created a duplicate of the existing topic with a different name, then opened it in the editor and created a topic reference to it right after the existing one in the DITA map structure. If this was not where I wanted it in my DITA map structure, I could of course move it, but in this case I leave it there. Now I just need to edit the content of the new topic, which in this case will be much easier than creating it from scratch. As you can see, this method is great if you have an existing topic that is the same type and has a similar structure to the document you want to create. The third method that I want to show you is a feature that allows you to quickly create multiple skeleton topics at once, and you can easily specify their structure within the DITA map. In my use case, I need to add a new chapter in my documentation, and I've planned out its structure in advance. I know what the hierarchy of my new chapter will look like, and I know the titles for all of the topics. Basically, I want two new chapters, Autumn Flowers and Winter Flowers, and a couple of topics in each of them. In the DITA Maps Manager, I have decided to insert my new chapter after the Summer Flowers chapter, so I invoke the Fast Create Topics action from the context menu. In this dialog box, notice that there is a text pane that has an example of the hierarchy of topics. I'm going to change this to the structure that I planned out in advance. Here, I can paste the file structure that I copied from a table of contents, or edit it. Note that I can use the tab or spacebar keys to insert indents, and this allows me to create a whole hierarchy of topics with multiple levels. The titles that I enter in this text pane will not only be used for the topic titles, but also to generate their file names, and I can click the File Name Generator Rules link to configure the rules for how Oxygen will generate those file names. I'm going to leave the Use the file name as the value of the root ID attribute option selected. This will use the file names to automatically assign root IDs for each of the topics, again, so that I don't have to do it afterward. All of the topics that will be created will have the same topic type. I can change it if I want to, but I leave it at the topic type. Now, don't worry if you're thinking you would rather be able to choose multiple topic types in this dialog box, because in a moment I'm going to show you another feature that will allow you to easily convert them. For the last option, I'm going to select siblings because I want my new chapter to be inserted after the current selection. Then I click Create. Notice that my new chapter and its entire structure was created in the DITA Maps Manager. Also, note that the newly created topics have only a basic content. As you can see, this method is great if you want to quickly create a whole structure of skeleton topics that you'll add content to later. Now I'm going to show you how to convert an existing DITA document to a different topic type. Suppose that I realized that my garden preparation document should have been a DITA task rather than a topic. Oxygen includes some refactoring actions that allow you to quickly convert from one DITA type to another. There are several ways to access these actions. If you want to convert multiple documents at once, you can select them in the DITA Maps Manager, right-click, go to Refactoring, and choose whichever action is appropriate. Suppose that I just want to convert a single document that is opened in the editor. To see that the structure of the XML document changes from topic to task, we'll switch to full tags mode. Note that currently our DITA document is a topic. Now I can simply right-click anywhere in the main editing pane, go to Refactoring, and choose to convert it to a DITA task. You could click Finish to process the conversion immediately, but I click the Preview button just because I think it's always a good idea to preview these refactoring operations. I don't see any glaring problems with the changes that will be processed, so now I'll click Finish. Behind the scenes, Oxygen will map the structure of the previous DITA document type to a structure that fits the new type. Notice that my topic has been converted to a task. Now, we switch back to the partial tags mode to unclutter the editing area. In some cases, especially when the previous structure was very complex, the conversion might result in an invalid structure where some manual adjustments are required. In my case, I simply need to remove an invalid element, and I can easily do this by using the Quick Fix feature, which was automatically triggered. The great thing about this feature is that it keeps your content intact and saves you a lot of time by mapping the element structure for you. The alternative would be to create a new DITA task document and then copy and paste the content one block at a time, and in many cases, this would be much more time consuming. And this concludes our demonstration. Thanks for watching.